Radar 24. You can see it took off just after 1 o'clock and circled over the metro area before returning back to DI.
A video on social media showed a cloud of black smoke being left by the aircraft.
Oh, it's something blew up.
The plane returned safely to the airport without any reported injuries, United said.
Prepared for an emergency landing by demonstrating the brace position and reminding passengers of the location of emergency exits in case of an evacuation on the ground. On the flight deck, a very big...
The engine almost entirely exposed, fire clearly visible, debris falling from the sky. The United Airlines pilot calling in a mayday.
Boeing 777 fell from the sky Saturday afternoon, hitting the ground.
Engine just startling. Passengers we spoke with say they began to say goodbye to loved ones. Jen Beniza.
Being inside an airplane, seeing this outside their window, thousands of miles in the air. Ed and Barbara Underwood are still in shock.
Pretty traumatic. Seeing smoke. These images show the engine in flames. The FAA said
to Hawaii on United Airlines Flight 328.
We had just taken off, explosion.
Barbara, who was in the window seat, looked out and saw the engine vibrating.
And all of a sudden, it just blew fire and that whole big...
Massive metal pieces from the engine landing in front yards and sports fields in several neighborhoods just outside Denver.
pieces came crashing down. Some people recording the dangerous debris right before they went to see. Ground in Broomfield, Colorado. United Airlines
was seen scattered in the city of Broomfield, Colorado on Saturday afternoon, including what appeared to be an engine cowling outside of a home. That's after a United Airlines flight bound for Honolulu suffered a right engine failure shortly after departing Denver International Airport, according to the FAA.
Athletic field, one piece puncturing a hole in the roof of a home you see right there. And take a look, this piece landing in the front yard of a home, missing it by just a matter of feet.
There were 231 passengers and 10 crew on board. There were also no immediate reports of any injuries on the ground, a fact that police spokeswoman Rachel Welch said was incredible.
I'm on the dog park, we have the turf field, there's playgrounds. This park on a...
Field police tweeted photos of debris that had fallen from the sky and told residents if they also warned residents not to touch. Debris from a Boeing airplane was seen scattered in the city of Broomfield, Colorado on Saturday afternoon, including what appeared to be an engine cowling outside of a home. That's after a United Airlines flight.
Damaging homes, people posting pictures of holes through the roofs, and the mess left behind. Now this happened.
Landing with 241 souls on board. Miraculously, no injuries were reported. Witnesses reported hearing a loud boom and...
The pilot turned back and the plane landed safely in about an hour. According to our assistant...
The debris landed thousands of miles below, narrowly missing a home and car in Broomfield, Colorado. Barbara says she thought they were going to die.
You just don't know what's going to happen.
See that there's fuel still being fed into that engine. That's why you see a fire in the exhaust section of the engine.
Broomfield police have told people, do not touch anything, do not move any debris, leave it in place for investigators. So with this much debris, where are investigators going to start? What are they doing? And what kinds of things could have potentially caused this to happen?
Jennifer, when you're looking at these kinds of pieces, some of it has some very telltale evidence as to how those pieces came off that engine. One of the big issues that we've had over a number of years with a variety of different engines, this engine is made up of a variety of different fan blades, turbine blades, compressor blades. These blades fail, and when they fail catastrophically. They create a lot of shrapnel. And it's that explosion, if you will, of this shrapnel that then causes all the external damage. These little parts and pieces are going to be very critical, looking for what may have caused or what initiated.
We didn't know that we were going to land safely at that point.
Terrified, she even texted her 2 sons to say goodbye.
Just that the plane engine blew, that I don't know what's going to happen, and that we love them. That's all I can say. So it's really scary.
Minutes later, she says the pilot made an announcement.
The pilot came on and very calmly just said, we're just going to make a landing. It's not an emergency landing. It's just a normal landing. So it was just a real calm. The longest 20 minutes coming back into Denver.
I'm told some people on the other side of the plane didn't even know what happened.
Everybody else just heard a pop and didn't know what was happening. Nobody was screaming. So their calm made everybody else calm. Yeah, people knew something was up because the whole plane was shaking on the entire trip back to the airport until we landed.
Once back on the ground, fire trucks sprayed foam on the engine to extinguish the fire, and passengers were allowed to disembark. They tell me United has already...
Kind of like a bulletproof vest around the engine, protecting the aircraft cabin from shrapnel. Now, after the engine experienced that failure, passengers inside the cabin likely heard a very large bang. Flight attendants would have immediate environment. At the first sign of trouble, pilots are trained to go for their QRH or quick reference busy environment. At the first sign of trouble, pilots are trained to go for their QRH or quick reference handbook to run checklists. That's followed by a call to air traffic control, kind of like a bulletproof vest around the engine, protecting the aircraft cabin from shrapnel. Now, after the engine experienced that failure, passengers inside the cabin likely heard a very large bang. Flight attendants would have immediately